It's Thursday. The vlog is not out yet. I am just filming it right now. It's been a bit of a week of procrastination in some ways, and in others not. I just sometimes I guess I just get in my head. I want to really share a lot of value in this, and sometimes when I just took 5 days away, by the way, with Taylor's family, and so I'm not really in a frame of mind of sharing value. So I just feel like it took me a couple of days to get back into that state, but also it's revealing to me the power of routine and just where I need to sharpen my sword and just be a bit clearer with myself about the things I'm committed to and when they happen. So it's actually, been a great week overall. Wins for this week. I'm going to share with you my wins, challenges, and lessons as per every week. And the lessons this week is a really good one. I think you're going to like it. So stay tuned. So wins for the last month, one of my businesses added an additional $211,000 in annual recurring revenue. So huge result. And I only worked in that business for 4 hours for the month, if you can believe that. So that feels really fucking good because we're growing exponentially right now and I'm not having to drive it. And that's an amazing thing for a business owner to be witnessing. And I'm gonna share another video on how exactly I've done that, because that business is now on track to do over $2 million in revenue this year. And I wanna share that with you here on YouTube. So let me know in the comments if you want to get that video, and I'll make sure we get it out to you. Win number 2 is I met Taylor's family and I came out alive. Family's got a lot of energy. It was a lot of fun, and met her family for the first time ever. So that's the first time in 5 years that I've met a partner's family. So that felt good. And other wins, I also produced about 20 new pieces of content, and I hired a new content/IT guy. So he's doing all the back end stuff for my newsletter and things like that too. So lots of wins this week. Feeling really fortunate. And what I'm noticing in just sharing these wins with you is how there's still a part of my mind that's I'm not doing enough. And I think that's just really important to catch, because the truth is I'm putting in the work, and for the most part I'm being really consistent, and there's still this slight inner critic there, Good thing to notice. Challenges this last week was definitely work time versus output versus time off. And just, I noticed that whatever I do, I want to do more of. So if I'm relaxing a lot, I want to relax more. If I'm working a lot, I actually kind of want to work more. And I think just in the traveling, we went to Arkansas in the US here, which is about a 10-hour drive from Austin. And so it was definitely in relaxation mode, and that was totally okay. And I just, struggled to get back into work mode. So I think just having clear boundaries, clear expectations up front. I kind of went into that weekend thinking I might do some work, but I didn't really do much work. Superstar in town. That's what they said. So I think just not kidding myself, being honest about where I'm at and what I'm actually doing with my time. Another challenge is maybe just juggling a few too many things at once. I've got a lot on, and I can recognize maybe where my potency is being diminished because I'm not clear enough with my time blocking right now. So that's what I've gotten just a lot clearer on today, and I'm having to really drill this into myself at the moment. This was a skill I used to be amazing at. I used to be so rigid with my schedule, and now I'm not, and it's definitely harder to flow with everything. So third part of today's vlog is the lessons. Lesson number 1 is that judgment is the enemy of connection. The judgments are like an energetic field that gets sent out around us. Our judgments get sent out around us. And they are the enemy of connecting with others, because our judgments of others are essentially a mechanism of not accepting someone else fully, which means we're not accepting ourselves fully. And the lack of judgments actually helps you to cultivate and curate your openness. So when you lack judgments of others and you are open, that's cultivating an openness for a relationship, for a connection. And what I've been learning this year a lot is just that everything lies in relationship with other people. There's so much to be experienced and gained, not gained from, but just gained in the richness of your experience of life through having amazing relationships with other people. So why did I share this as a lesson? I had some judgment come my way this last week from some people I didn't expect it from. And I noticed immediately how I wanted to close off and just like didn't immediately just like don't feel as connected to those people. And it had me reflecting on where I do that myself and where I create judgments about other people or hold judgments about other people. And that gets in the way of me connecting with them more deeply because they don't feel fully accepted by me. So, and I honestly think like being honest about our judgments with ourselves is really important, because when I looked at it, if I was to write down all my judgments of everyone that I hold, it's like I'm a really judgmental person. That's not who I am, but that's what my mind wants to do, because judgments are always just there to protect us in some way. It's to protect us from being hurt, because if we let people in, we allow the potentiality for pain. It's to protect our limitations. So judgment helps us fight for our own limitation. And the important thing here is that judgment is not discernment. Discernment is like the ability to choose, okay, do you want someone in your life? Do you not? Judgment is, are you making them wrong for who they are? So yeah, that's the difference. All in all, it's been a really great week, and we had a lot of fun in Arkansas. I'm definitely really struggling right now with being away from my son as long as I have. It's been 7 or 8 weeks now, and I've never been away from him this long. And some of the judgment that was sent my way this week was actually about leaving him. And I think it's very easy for people to make a judgment about that, because no one wants to be left by their parents, including my son. And it's really painful. And I sat with this decision for years before I made it. And I can tell he misses me. He tells me he misses me, and I miss him. And that's a good thing that he misses me, because it says that there's still love and connection there. And, people have said things like, what's the formative years of his life, and like you should be there. And I used to think that too. And then I thought, like, when is the right time to leave? Is it like when he's 8 and he's starting to grow into a bigger boy and his testosterone levels are doubling and he really needs his dad? When's the right time? Because I knew I didn't want to live in Perth. And maybe this is just my own shallow or my own selfish perspective, but I don't believe that the best thing for everyone is for parents to dishonor themselves on a deep level in order to be present physically for a child. Because there are a lot of people like me who grew up with parents who were there in the home, but I still didn't feel loved. That's through no fault of my parents. They were doing their best. I don't blame them. Don't hold resentment towards them anymore. Like, just, forgiven everything. It's just how life is, right? And yeah. So anyway, I don't know where I'm going with that, but it's a hard situation to be in. And when you're with the other parent of your child, you can make decisions together. You can move around together. You can do all of those things. When you're not, well, there's two separate life paths being created, across, and there's a child in the middle of that. And so I'm just on one side of that right now, and it's okay that it is where it is, and just sharing with you the truth of how I'm feeling right now. So that's all I'm going to share for this week's vlog. Peace out. Hope you guys have an amazing week. Share with me your wins in the comments. I'd love to hear about what your wins are too. And I'll see you real soon. Peace.
Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you mean more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. Through all the good times I find myself longing for change.